welcome back. So today we'll just be coding something simple, and it's going to be called making a main menu. So over here I got this little code that I just made. It's just a simple component that has an init, update, and we're going to also be using shutdown because we're going to be switching between worlds. So we're going to be shutting down to make sure that things actually close and not have any memory leaks. Because we're working with C++, there is pointers that we use, so like this pointer so far, but since we're going to be using this one, let's say for this pointer, the button and the quit button, it's only specific to this world. We can also move it to other worlds, and that's a little bit more advanced, but let's say it's a simple world and a simple game, you don't want anything too special, then you got to delete these on shutdown. So I just made a little thing and we moved it here, and let's just check in the world. We see that we have CPP check our world with our character and everything. I removed the what do we call it, AI, because the file was not opening for some reason, so I had to create a new one, and now I'm just gonna have to put the AI later on and maybe make an advanced AI with behavior trees and everything and teach you guys that. But for now, main menu. Alright, so we got three properties in main menu. We got the world changer, we got the world changer name, and we got is main menu. Alright, so for now, what we're going to do is we're going to use the is main menu as a toggle that if another world, we're going to add this main menu component in, and if it is, we toggle that true, and if it's not, we don't. World changer name is if we're going back to the so-called main menu, what its name going to be, and the world itself, what it's going to be. A little bit simpler. And if we go into the main menu, let's save this, we go inside our player dummy, we're just going to keep him looking straight down, nothing too fancy, and we're going to say this is the main menu, and the button that we click on is going to get us to play into the world. Now here's one thing that you guys notice, but if you start at cpp_check, you'll notice that if we ever press run, it's going to start the world that we have it on. And how do we switch this? It's actually pretty simple, to be honest. Just change the name. So in my case, I'm going to change this one first, the cpp_check. I'm just going to give it main_game, right? And then for the main menu, instead of main menu, I'm just going to call it the exact same name as the project name. So later on, when you click on it and everything, it's going to start on that main menu, and we're going to see that soon. So over here, then you can see that the name is changed and the main game is here. All right, so with that set up, inside the CPP check, which is our main menu, it says to play, and inside the main game, clicking on it gets us back to the main menu. So let's actually do this code. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to use a little bit of that GUI that we just learned. So let me just enhance this for now. So the first thing we're going to do is take that button we have, and we're going to, let's actually create it first. Unigine widget button. Alright, once we create it, now what we're going to do is we're going to set the text to be exactly the same text as and then the last thing we're going to do is add a callback. Now the callback is what's going to do is when you click on it, we're going to call this function. And what we're going to do is right here, so now that we have our button, let's literally do the same for the quit button, and what we're going to do is just copy and paste everything. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do a menu opened and then is opened. Now what this does is basically, as every time you open this or register this component and initialize it, it's going to first check whether this is a main menu or not. If it's not going to show it, and if it is, it will show this only. So it's a little simple thing. All right, with that, we're done. In the update function, we're just gonna do a basically if, we'll just do a small little logic. If is main menu, so if it's not a main menu, we're just gonna choose to do something simple, like let's say key escape open close menu. We'll write that later. Now menu opened. How do we set this up? Let's see. If so, basically we're just gonna check if it's opened. All right. What we do is we just add the GUI, or add the child into GUI, and we're just gonna add the button, and then we add it into our is open. Else we just remove it. GUI remove child button. Alright, sweet. Now we could also add one more thing to check if it actually is a child, then we add it. If it's not a child, then we don't add it. Or if there is no child, you don't have to remove it, but if there is, you kind of do. But anyways, so with that done, let's code the last few things. So on shutdown, when we're shutting down the program, what we want is we want to make sure that it removes the child. And I guess we should just add it. Alright, so with that done, let's now just do a shutdown. So in shutdown, what we're going to do is we're going to remove it. So we can just say menu open false. Alright, then we can basically button delete later and quit button delete later. So that just frees up the memory, and we won't have any memory leaks once we switch between worlds. And now the only two lines that we have left are onClicked and onQuit. So if we click the button, what we want to do is we just want to switch it to the world that we connected it to. So we're just going to do a Unigine world load world. All right, and then we're going to load the world changer itself. And on quit, we're going to do a Unigine engine get. All right, and then just use the arrows because getting is an engine pointer. And then we say quit, and that quits the program. Okay, cool. Now that we wrote all this, let's check it out. We could write this next, but first let's just check it out. Okay, as you can see, we changed the CPP check to be our main menu, and let's see if this actually works. Now that we have these two buttons, cool. So we have play and we have quit, and it's giving us an error because we didn't fix the now we have the play and the quit button, and as you can see, we are opening with the main menu, which is called CPP check. So if we press play, all right, so now that we did it, we load that world. And now we have one thing is when we press escape, we should have a menu. So this is the part where when we have our escape button right here. All right, now with all that checked, let me just add one more thing. All right, so we just added this little line. Basically, if the GUI is not a child, or if the button's not a child, we add it, and we add it over here. And at the same time, if it is a child, then we remove it. Just a little bit of extra boilerplating, but it's also a try-catch method, so we don't have to worry about that too much. Now with the little check, let's just press play. Now we're inside our main game. We play and everything. Now let's just press escape. Oops. escape, and now we have the main menu and the quit. So if we press main menu, we go back into the main menu, and if we press play, we go back into play, and then we get this. And if I press quit game, and as you can see, no problems. All right, so with that, we have implemented a main menu. All right, so after this, I know everyone's been asking for inventory. I will do inventory right after this, but first we have to make a small database. So until then, I will see you guys next time. All right? Whew. Goodbye.